Okay, so what I want to go ahead and do is go over the 2-3 homework assignment with you all today. So let's take a look at number 1. For the following problems, write the equation in slope-intercept form and then graph the line. So I have m is equal to 2, b is equal to -4. So I have those two pieces of information, and remember, the equation in slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So all I have to do here is I look at the given information and start plugging them in. So I can replace the m, which is our slope, and b, which is our intercept. So all I have to do is just replace those two things. So y equals, well, I have 2x plus, then I have that -4. But, you know, I have y equals 2x plus -4. Y'all, I don't like how this is written, so I'm going to start simplifying this. So I have y equals 2x, positive times a negative is going to be -4. And then this is essentially what I want to see on the homework assignment, this answer. This is a perfect answer. Now, all I have to do is I'm going to take this equation and then graph that equation, graph that line. So I start at -4, or essentially I start at 0, -4. This is my my y-intercept. Okay, and then my slope is 2, or 2 over 1. And since this is a positive slope, I'm going to go up 2 because that's a positive 2, and then I'm going to go right 1. So start at 0, -4, which is right here. And then I'm just going to go up 2. So this is my game plan. I'm going up 2, then right 1. And this is where I draw my point. Up 2, then right 1. Draw my point. Up 2, then draw my point there after I go right 1, and then so on and so forth. So up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1, and then go and start over, or go back to that original point. You're going to go down to left 1, and then connect the dots, and that's your line. Okay. Let's go ahead and do number 4. So here my slope is 0, and then this is my y-intercept, right? The y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. So it's going to, wherever that line is, it's going to cross at here. Okay? And then the slope here is 0. So my y-intercept is 0,6, or your b. So this is, let me rewrite that. That's 0,6. And then b is 6. Okay? So if I use my thing, y equals mx plus b, I'm going to replace the m and I'm going to replace the b. Y equals 0x plus 6. Okay? Which really you can simplify that to y equals 6. Okay? So here, let's go ahead and just, because it's y equals 6, right? So when you have something like this, and you have a 0 slope, basically what you're doing is you're just drawing a horizontal line going through that 0,6. Where's 0,6? 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here, yeah? So then all I gotta do is just draw a horizontal line through that y-intercept. And that's it. So the equation is y equals 6. Okay? Let's go ahead and... should we really do this one? Okay, so I'll just give you a hint. Remember, you have an undefined slope, right? And it should look like this. And it's definitely going to go through that point here. So your equation for any time you have an undefined slope, it is never y equals. It is never y equals. It's always x equals something. Okay? So if it's x equals something, you need to choose either -3 or 5, and you put it right here. So make sure you make your educated guess for that one. Okay? Alrighty, so got a parallel and I got a perpendicular. Let's see what I want to go ahead and do. Maybe I will do number 7 and number 10. Okay. So I have 2 points, 7, -2 and 0, 3, and the line parallel to that line with a y-intercept of -2. So I'm dealing with 2 lines and they are parallel to each other, okay? So this here is basically line 1, and then this here is basically line 2. So I'm gonna go ahead and graph 7, -2, which is, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, -2, and then 0, 3. Nope, that's not 0, 3, that's -3. There we go. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start graphing those lines, or draw a line through it. So here we go. There we go. And then I have this line here. I'm going to go ahead and just use a different color. That's going to be, it has a y-intercept of -2, so it should be right, y-intercept of -2, 7, -2, so it should be right here. Okay? So, this line has to be parallel to whatever this line is. Whatever this line is, which I will create after, once I figure things out. So I have these 2 points. So if I have these 2 points, and since it's parallel, that means that this line is parallel to whatever this line is, okay? So that means I have to use that slope formula. So m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So I'm going to do 3 minus -2 over 0 minus 7, and then that's essentially saying 3 plus 2, so 5 over -7. And then, okay, so let me make sure that I'm clear. 5 equals -7. That's the slope that I found with these 2 given points. Now, if I say m parallel, that means, well, I look at this slope, and then if I'm dealing with parallel, that means that it's essentially the same slope. So you're going to write -5 over 7 again, okay? You're using this point now. Since you found the slope already, we can go ahead and verify that too. Let's see. So this is saying down 5, right 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got it. So that means that this slope, I need to go down 5, right 7. Okay? So I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then draw a point there. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the opposite. So this is saying, okay, this was down 5, right 7. I'm going to go up 5, left 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. And then this is how you do it. So now I need to go ahead and figure out the 2 equations. So if we look right here, this first line already has a y-intercept. Okay? So this is my b. So b is equal to 3 here. B is equal to 3. And then so this line is associated to the this particular, okay, so this line is associated to this particular information. We know what b is equal to, and then we already figure out the slope, which is right here. So I can put it all together. Y equals negative 5 over 7x plus 3. Okay, so this is equation 1. And then equation 2, we're gonna have to figure out where the y-intercept is. And the y-intercept here is at 0, negative 2, or b is equal to negative 2. So I can write y equals negative 5 over 7x minus 2. Okay, and this is the slope that I'm using to put right here. It is parallel. So these two equations should have the same slopes. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and do number 10. You got these 2 points. Okay, that's one line, and that line is perpendicular to another line that has that point negative 1, 4. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plot these points here. So 5, negative 1 is here, and then 5, 5. So 3, 4, 5 is right here. Yeah? So then I'm gonna go ahead and connect. And then, you know, just looking at this line, it's undefined. This is for sure undefined. Okay? And then we have a line that goes through negative 1, 4. So let me use a different color. Negative 1, 4 is right here. Okay? So what we have to think here is this right here basically has an undefined slope, which generally is going to form a number in the numerator over 0. If I were to change that and make it perpendicular, remember it's opposite sign, flip the fraction, I'm just basically swapping that number in the numerator and the 0 in the denominator, which will be 0 over some sort of number. Maybe you'll have a minus sign right in front, but really it doesn't really matter because it's 0 slope nonetheless. You can't say negative 0 whatsoever, positive 0. It's just 0 is 0, so it's just 0, right? So if we have a 0 slope, that means that the line is just going to look horizontal. So I'm just going to go ahead and just create my second line right here. Okay, so now that I have that, this line is perpendicular to this line. What the heck is the equation of this blue line here? We'll call that equation 1, which we have already plotted those 2 points. So if you have a vertical line, it's always in the form x equals 2. Okay, and x equals 2, well, where is the x-intercept at all? So it is going through 5, 0, and this is what you have to put. X is equal to 5. Okay? And then over here, this is my horizontal. Okay? It's y. Sorry, let's use a different color. Y equals 2. Then if you have that horizontal line, where's that intercept going? It is going to touch at this particular point. That x-intercept right there, which is 0, 4. This is the number I'm putting for y. So y equals 4.